Alright, what's up, family? Yo, I'm gonna direct this video to anybody that's watching, of course, because you can learn something from all different degrees, but this is specifically for a lot of youth that's about to graduate high school and you are contemplating going into the military. You know, you're thinking about your options of, should I go to the military? And let me tell you something about that. You need to think maturely before pulling that trigger of joining the military, because I know why a lot of y'all, like myself, that's why I'm gonna give you my story. A lot of y'all know why a lot of y'all are thinking about joining the military. Why? Because, like myself, you probably come from a poverty-stricken area. You probably got no role models in your family or in your neighborhood. There's nothing but violence and negative stuff going on. So therefore, you thinking, I gotta get this anywhere, gotta be better than this. And you probably even got scared by your parents or the adults in your life who they needed help themselves, and they always threaten you with stuff like this, saying stuff like this. When you get 18, you're gonna get the hell out of my house. And now, think about it, as a 15, 16-year-old boy or girl, that's scary for someone to be threatening you with those words. When you get 18, you get the hell out of here. Now you're saying, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? I don't know what to do. You're afraid. And the only thing you're thinking is, maybe I'll just join the military. Because if I join the military, all my problems is solved. You know, I don't got to pay for rent. I ain't got to worry about nothing. They take care of me, right? See? Nah, let me tell you something. That was me at one point, you know, thinking about what I'm going to do once I graduate high school. Man, I'm going to join the military. That'll solve all my problems. Hey, like I said, think wisely. Do your homework before you pull that trigger of joining the military, because it might work out great for you, but then there's a high probability it might just not. So think of it. Now, let's get on with my story. Maybe this will help you out a little bit. Like I said, I'm gonna name this video why I didn't join the military. Let me tell you the reason why I didn't join. Because, as I said just a second ago, the reason I was going to join, because I didn't have any role models in my neighborhood. I certainly didn't have them in my family. You know, didn't have no positive outlook in life at all. Everything around me was violence, negative, drugs, alcohol, nothing positive. And then hearing those words, you're gonna get out of here when you get 18. Hearing it from my friend's parents' house, hearing it from my house, I'm like, damn, man, maybe I'll join the military, problem solved. See? So I can identify with a lot of y'all out there. So you can identify with me. So here's my story. I remember around the time I was about 15, I got caught up in a very minor drug bust. It was just a simple drug. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and I just happened to be holding something for somebody. Something very, very small. I ain't gonna go into detail what it was, but trust me when I tell you, it was so minor they could have just flicked it in the damn sewer. It'd have been nothing, right? But anyway, the one cop was doing just that. But his partner came along and he said, no, take him down. I said, what the heck? Like I said, I was only about 15 at the time, just about to turn 16. Yo, I wound up going to jail, 15, detention, rather, To make a long story short, this leads up to why I didn't go to the military. So now, obviously, I was in the detention home for about a week, got out, and then I had probation. When I had probation, I had a great probation officer. I had to report every Thursday, and every once in a while I have to give urine. You know how the process go. So anyway, instead of going there every Thursday, because where the probation officer was in my high school and my job, it was right in the middle. I had to pass it to go to school, and I had to pass it to come home. So I had such a nice probation officer. I wasn't just going there every Thursday. I would go there 2-3 times a week. Me and this lady struck up a great relationship. I used to go there so much, she used to tell me, you don't have to come here all the time. Listen, you only supposed to come here once a week. You be coming here constantly. So I used to ask her, could I clean your office for you? Do you need me to run any errands for you? So every now and then she had me run to the courthouse, run a little errand for her, or, simple things around the office. And quite often she always reminded me, you know what? I looked at your background and everything. It seems like, Spinks, you're not a bad guy. You just was in a bad place at the wrong time, at the wrong place. You was the wrong place at the wrong time. I said, that's exactly what it was, right? Never got caught for any other stuff like that, but we talking about the issue of this at hand. But anyway, to make a long story short, like I said, me and my probation officer struck up a great relationship. I would go there, I would show her my progress reports from school. I would show her my report card. I would show up on random days. I would show up with just things that I was doing that was showing her I'm a good guy, which I was. And she was so impressed by it She used to tell me, hey, I'm good friends with Judge such and such. I've shown him your report. You know, what do you plan on doing after high school? I told her I wanted to join the military, you know, because of my circumstances. There was nothing positive in my life. So I said the only way out was military. So when I told her that, she said, oh, that sounds like a good idea. And then I asked her, I said, well, would that be a problem because I had this on my record? She said, no. That happened when you was 15. When you join the military, you got to be 18 at least. She said, that's going to be on that's on when you was a kid, a minor. Now when you 18 and above, that's your adult record. That what you did then will not go in record. She said, you got nothing to worry about. So I said, wonderful. Guess what? I turned 18. I graduated high school. A couple of months after, I waited. A couple of months after high school, I applied for the military. I did a little homework. Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines. Ooh, then when I was checking out the Marines, I was like, I want to be the tough guy. I want to be the badass Joker. Then I found out about Navy SEALs. I said, I'm going to do the Marines. Or the Navy SEALs, but I want to do the Marines. So anyway, I applied. When I applied for the Marines, I went down, did all the paperwork. They showed me all these videos and explained everything to me. I'm all in, like a lot of y'all, right? So now, they scheduled me a time where now I got to meet up with the recruiter on another day, and I got to fill out this additional paperwork, and then they got to drive me to the hotel. You know how the procedure go. And in the hotel, I got to stay overnight, got to take a drug test, a piss test, and all this other stuff. Well, when that day came, I packed all my stuff, and I explained to all of them that I never had a criminal record and all this stuff. And I packed all my stuff on this particular day. And now we was actually driving. I'm with the recruiter in his car. We driving to the site. As we driving to the site, he asked me again. He said, hey, listen, I got to ask you this one last time. Now, you sure you got nothing on your record that could come up? I said, no, I got nothing on my record. I said, matter of fact, you guys checked it already, right? That all came back clean. He said, yeah, everything clean. He said, I just want to ask you, though. I said, yeah, but it came back on my record. Everything is clean. He said, yeah. But are you sure that nothing will come up later? And then I, being honest, I said, well, it was this one thing that was on my record, but I was 15 at the time. Yo, would you believe this recruiter pulled over on the highway real quick, like, if it was a car in back of us, we probably had an accident. And then he made a quick U-turn. Once I told him, I said, well, look, he said, what was it? I said, when I was 15, I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and I got caught in a minor drug bust, but that's when I was 15. That's not on my record when I'm 18. He said, oh, man. Turned around and drove me back to the recruit office. He said, we can't take you because you got that on your record. I said, but that's not on my record. You guys already checked my record, and you know it's not on my record. He said, yeah, but you just told me that. See, this also goes back to the statement when they say, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You see what I'm saying? Your reprimanding rights, right? So that's why be careful about opening your mouth too much. But anyway, man, I pleaded with this guy because I really wanted to go. I said, man, but I'm telling you, it's not on my adult record. He wasn't trying to hear nothing. You believe that? Okay, so let's fast forward. Do you know, I went right back to my probation officer, even though I had no longer had probation. I explained to her everything that happened, how I was disappointed. I can't believe. She said to me, Mr. Spinks, don't worry about it. We'll take care of this. And I was like, really? Like, how? But they already told me no. She said, no. Trust me when I tell you, we'll take care of this. So I said, really? Okay. It was only about 2.5, 3 weeks later. Man, this lady jumped on it ASAP. I was in the bed, 6 o'clock in the morning, sleeping. Now I cut hair. So it was a Saturday morning. I was sleeping. No. Was it Saturday? Well, it don't matter. Let's say it was a Saturday. I was sleeping. The reason I mentioned I cut hair because normally, like I said, the reason I mentioned that it was 6 o'clock in the morning because I normally don't start cutting hair on a Saturday till about 10 o'clock in the morning. To have consideration for the rest of the family house. That's why I mentioned that part. So anyway, I get this phone call 6 o'clock in the morning, and when I answer the phone, it's some military sergeant guy on the phone. He goes, hello, is this Mr. Spinks, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, who is this? He go, yeah, this is Sergeant such and such. He go, yeah, we got your paperwork, and we all ready to go. He go, hey, listen, you still ready to join the military? You ready to join the Marines, this and that? And I go, yeah, that was months ago, man, when I applied. You guys denied me, man. He go, nah, everything's been taken care of. He said, so get ready. We're going to send some officers over to your way. I said, whoa. I said, nah, but I told you guys the truth. I was honest with you guys, and you guys ain't believe nothing I said. He goes, yeah, but it doesn't matter. He said, I put it to you this way. We got some paperwork in for you. You must have people in high places that have a great deal of respect for you, because someone co-signed for you. And as always, you know I love to give y'all a word of the day. So that's going to be the word of the day. To co-sign, you heard it before when you tried to apply for that car. And they said, oh, we check your credit, but you're going to need a co-signer. Try to get that apartment. They go, yeah, we looked at your background, but you're going to need a co-signer. Meaning, in other words, you're not good enough. You need something else to add with it. So anyway, the guy said, you must know people in high places, because we got a letter from a judge such and such, and your probation officer, man. He said they spoke really high of you. They said everything is good to go, and they sent us paperwork, and you're good to go. So I said, what? I said, so when I told y'all I meant nothing, he said, it doesn't matter. We're going to send some officers over to your house right now. I said, man, and I hung the phone up. Do you know, by the time I hung the phone up, I heard a knock at the door. It was a knock. Now, mind you, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. There was a knock at the door, like, boom, 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 boom. And yo, I was like, who the hell is knocking on the door like that this early in the morning? You know, it almost reminded me of the movie Friday. Remember when Smokey knocked on the door and his mother answered the door? She said, goddamn Smokey, knocking on the goddamn door like you the police. That's how these military dudes knocked on the door. Knocking like that. So I rushed to the door because, you know, I'm still concerned about the other family members in the house, like making all this noise this early. I get to the front door, no exaggeration. There was 2 military cars double parked in front of the house. There's about 3 officers on the front porch. And I knew they was officers because they had military outfit on. They had military cars and stuff out front. I'm like, what the heck? So the guy, he go, hey, yeah, you're Mr. Spinks, you're Henry Spinks, this and that. So I said, yeah. So he said, hey, you all ready to go? You got your bags and everything packed? Everything's good to go. I said, no. Listen, yo, man, that was months ago, like I told your sergeant. Or was that you I was on the phone with? You guys playing some type of game here. Y'all was on the phone with me, but y'all was already on my front porch playing games. I said, he said, no, it doesn't matter. Look, get your stuff ready. Y'all ready to go. I said, whoa, no. Listen. I said, when I gave you guys my word, gave you the honest truth, when you guys checked my background, none of that came up because I was a minor. And I told y'all that. When y'all did the background check, nothing came up once I became an adult. But when I was honest with y'all used that against me to play on me, so now I can't go in the military. You see what I'm saying? I said, nah, man, that bothers me. He said, Mr. Spinks, look, all of that is forgiven, it's forgotten. It's forgotten and forgiven. Just get your stuff ready to go. I said, get my stuff. I said, hey, man, y'all could get off my porch, because I'm definitely not joining the military. And I shut the door right in their face. I'm doing well. I don't need the doggone military. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is not to discourage someone from going to the military. What I am saying is do your homework. Make sure you do your homework. Because when it comes down to a situation like mine, where I had to get a co-signee for y'all to believe what I'm saying, when everything I said was fact, I didn't have to be honest with y'all, tell y'all what happened when I was 15 and it's not going to show up. I was honest because that's how I was taught to be honest. But you see how the government do you? When you totally honest, you dot all your I's and cross all your T's, they jerk you around. So what I'm saying in essence, for one, be careful giving too much information. Because, you know, I'll give you another good movie. It's a movie with Mary J. Blige in it. It's called The Violent Heart. In this movie, great movie. But in this movie, this young man kept trying to get in the military, and they would not allow him in the military, all because he had a fight when he was in high school, and the kid got his eye socket damaged. Minor infraction, right? But guess what? In the video, his father was this big-time dude in the military. You would think that would be his co-signee. But even that, they didn't allow that to go past, to allow him in the military. And he was begging, like I was, to get in the military. They would not let it go. And even when he brought up a case where he said, the guy said, we can't because of that accident you had. He said, but wait a minute. There's another guy. It was a white guy. He said, it was another guy had the same case I had. Matter of fact, he did more jail time than me. His was more violent. Y'all let him in. And he go, oh, well, you know, that was different. There's nothing different about that. Only thing that was really different, that his case was worse. But see, when you don't have the complexion for the connection, oh, you got to be picture perfect. Otherwise, these other cats out here doing all kind of criminal stuff, and somehow they make it a way that they can still get over. So, like I said, this ain't to discourage you. This is to encourage you. Do your homework. Do your background checks on anything that you want to do in the future, especially if it's the military. Make sure you know what branch you really want to go into. Make sure you know you really want to do it for all the right reasons. Don't just do it because poverty is so affluent in your neighborhood. because that was going to be my real reason, and that's a lot of people's real reasons out there. Go in there because you really have a passion for it. And if you got a passion for it, everything should come nice and smooth for you. Don't do it for all the wrong reasons. Do it for the right reasons, because there are lots of people that have went to the military. They're doing great. It's unfortunate, though. You got places like Skid Row and everywhere else in the world where some people went to the military, and guess what? They got mental problems, they got physical disabilities and all that, and it's almost like government forgot all about them. So now it goes back to that saying. What do they say in the military? No soldier left behind. Okay, what about all these people that got mental disorders? You know, what do you call it? I forgot what the word is. Post-traumatic syndrome. How about these people? It's like all of a sudden they like forgotten. And of course some people gonna go, oh no, but they're not doing all the stuff that they supposed to. Man, when a person is mentally deranged, sometimes they are so incapable of doing the right things because the previous decisions that they made or whatever happened with them in the military, whatever case. So back to my initial point. Do your homework before you join anything in life. But if you're gonna go in the military, do your homework. I'll give you another prime example. Look, a lot of y'all out there, y'all say, oh, I'm just gonna join the reserves for 6 months. That's even a game. Learn about what that means, 6 months. Because a lot of y'all find out, you join for 6 months, you think after 6 months it's over. Then you find out you gotta do a 2 or 5 year commitment after the 6 months. You better do your homework. Find out everything before you do anything. So let me say that one more time. I said that in another one of my videos. Do your homework and your research and find out everything about what you're going to sign up for before you do anything as far as signing the dotted line. Hope that was helpful for a lot of y'all out there. You got something you want to say?
Is by the way, babe, I'm so happy you didn't go, because I wouldn't be able to find you in such a way.
Well, I like that you said that, because that gives me an in closing part. For a lot of y'all out there that you feel like you don't got positive role models in your life, in your family, in your neighborhood, hey, try something different. Let me just give you a few things to try. Remember, it's an old saying that goes, the squeaky wheel gets oiled. If you don't speak up, how do you expect to get acknowledged? Let me give you a prime example. In your neighborhood, I'm pretty sure there's a fire department. Open your mouth. Next time you walk by that fire department, they are always outside washing the trucks. Ask to meet one of the firemen. Ask to have a conversation with them. Ask if you could help them wash the truck every now and then. You want to get to know some of the guys and what they do. Ask them. And if they tell you not today, not now, tell them when can you come and meet the captain, meet the head joker here. When can you help do some chores around the place? You know, because you want to be a fireman in the future and you want to get your foot in the door. I'll give you another one. Let's say a police officer in your neighborhood. Find a good one. It's going to be hard because we know how we got a lot of corrupt ones. When you find a good one, ask, could you have lunch for them? Ask, do they have a ride along, share along ride thing? Could you take a ride with them every now and then? Maybe you're thinking about becoming a police officer. You say, hey, listen, could you give me some words of encouragement? I got a game this week. Hey, man, I would love it if you personally would come to the game. Remember, a squeaky wheel gets oiled. Speak up with these people. If you have whatever else in your neighborhood, that plumber, that contractor working on a house, you see someone working, ask, could you help out? Ask, could they teach you something? There are plenty of positive things and people around you. You just got to know how to speak up. And once you speak up, you'll get results. So remember, back to the old saying, like I said before, a squeaky wheel gets oiled. But if you don't speak up, how do you expect to get acknowledged? And back to the military thing, do your homework before you be just so quick to sign up, because things are not so pleasant in your life at the time. Things weren't pleasant for me too, but I turned out pretty good because I found out there are plenty of other things you could do in life, like real estate. That was something I picked up. Real estate, you could do the stocks, you could do all kind of other stuff. Nowadays, people are getting famous and rich on the internet. These multiple things you can do. So look into different positive people and areas where you can speak up to find acknowledgement. Remember, like I said, don't sign anything until you read everything or did research on it. And on that note, subscribe, share, like, and comment. Peace.